Thank you for tuning in to Kinetic Aesthetic. I am your host, Germ. I'm joined here by my co-host, Mr. Dre Olives. And it's Kinetic Aesthetic time. Y'all already know what's going on. Now, Dre, today, I just want to, I don't know, man. I'm feeling a little I don't really got anything in mind. I just wanted to shoot the shit with you. Let's talk about the entertainment industry.
All right, thank you for having me. Very glad to be here in my very first episode of Kinetic Aesthetic. The very first time we recorded this.
Of course, the very first thing we've ever recorded.
Definitely not almost 2 hours.
It's not like this has been just like an ongoing thing. This is the off the rip.
This is the very first one. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm more than happy to talk about the entertainment industry. What do you want to talk about it? Like, what's
You know something that's been pissing me off lately?
Tell me.
There's always a whole bunch of like reboots. It feels like they're not coming up with anything new anymore. And I get it that maybe it's because a lot of the new shit isn't making money. You know, the movie theaters, because of COVID, that naughty C word, I know I'm not supposed to say it, might get demonetized. But
I was about to make a joke, and I was like, we're definitely going to get demonetized if I say this stupid.
But exactly. But with all that going on, you know, movie theaters took a big ass hit. So it's like, who knows? But it feels like they're just trying to go back to everything that they know is going to work. They're not trying to be creative at all. They've lost their touch. The shit that they're recreating isn't even good. It's like the only thing that really has any type of blockbuster potential that can be sort of good is Marvel movies, and that's because they still have heroes that we haven't really seen yet.
Yeah, I wonder when that's going to dry up. But I also, little side note actually, you mentioned movie theaters not doing well. Like a few weeks ago, I went with my buddy, my godson. We watched a Dragon Ball movie in a Regal theater. I forgot their name, Regal something. And they were like advertising like a credit card that you pay like $20 a month, but you can watch as much movies as you want that month. And I think you get discounts on snacks. Right after I got home, they announced that they are doing foreclosure. I think, or filing for bankruptcy. Literally the next day. So
goddamn.
Yeah, not doing too hot. But I think you pull up a really great point with just what's working, what's not. There is a lot of remakes. I feel like every year they're remaking. I mean, there's a new Pinocchio movie coming out with Disney.
New Pinocchio.
And there could be a plethora of reasons, right? Like nostalgia definitely sells. Probably want to make sure they're making money because movies just weren't doing as well as they have been the last couple of years. But also, I think it works, right? Like, I'm not saying it's a good thing for movies. Like, if you know anything about the Scorsese and Marvel beef, definitely on the Scorsese side of things.
Yeah.
Mainly, man, because as you know, I'm a gatekeeping jerk off, but you know.
Don't be so hard on yourself. We all have a little bit of a gatekeeper in us when it comes to certain shit.
Yeah. I mean, you and I think, are probably the biggest contrarians in our group, so I think that plays part too.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just don't like shit that's popular. I don't know what that comes from. But I would say is it a good thing or a bad thing for the art of movies? I want to lean more into the bad thing, but for keeping the movie industry alive, it's been working. Right? I mean, look at Top Gun Maverick, which is a great movie. You know, great movie. Not like the best movie ever made in the most stellar directing, but man, you want some senseless fun. And I don't even really, not a big fan of Tom Cruise, but sheesh, that movie went crazy, and it showed. And it showed. I was actually joking around saying that the Top Gun saved movies because it was only Marvel that was doing good beforehand.
That's true.
So, yeah.
I mean,
I don't know what to think of it.
I can't necessarily complain either because it's not like they're not sort of going to. It's always handled with care when it's done well and everything, but it just feels like, where are the new icons? Where are the new sort of where are the people that my nieces and nephews are going to be able to be like, okay, that was what y'all had, but this is our stuff. This is our sort of different little characters and ideas and creations. It's all just like the same. It just feels like they're just going to be getting like remakes of Superman, remakes of such and such. It's never going to be something that's brand new to them.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think it's... What was like the last original like movie to do extremely well? I can't even think of it right now.
I can't.
I'm sure there is.
I'm pretty sure there is. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna say something that crazy, but it feels like it's been a long time.
Yeah, but the fact that we could list off like several Marvel movies, remakes, and stuff that have just killed the blockbusters before we could think of like an original movie that, like, I'm sure there's some that have been like critically acclaimed, but does that mean that they sold well, right? Like Everything Everywhere All at Once, I think is probably like one I could think of that did fairly well.
The general public, I
Especially
think, they just don't like to take chances, and I don't blame them because they don't want to go see some random movie that has a whole like, okay, I've never heard of any of this concept at all. Maybe it's got brand new actors that you haven't seen before. It's like, I don't want to go see that. I don't want to go. That's no. And it could be the best movie.
Nope.
Yep. Nope.
But it's also like it's just a Jordan Peele movie, right? Which
it didn't sell off his name because I don't think people saw. I don't think it had that element that, that, okay, I'll just be honest about it. There's that sort of racial element to a lot of his films that I think people will sort of look for. Like Us, I think I think they were expecting it to be maybe like, and since especially it was off just the hype of Get Out. Mm-hmm. So people just especially flocked to that one because of that. But nope, it was, even when I watched the trailers, it was like there was nothing that hinted that this was going to be anything more than like a creature movie.
Really? I thought because one of the theatrical trailers talked about their great grandfather being like the first man recorded, and it was a black man, but he didn't get credit. But I think that was like the extent that it was like openly right about like, because Get Out is like very obviously about race.
Yeah.
Us to an extent, right? I think especially because the adjacent family is like that.
Right.
Just upper class family. But no, I think you're right. But I think the movie probably did do well. I haven't seen the numbers, yeah.
I'm not gonna say it didn't do well, but I think it didn't feel like it had that impact that the other two have had. Would you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, I'll agree. Even though Nope is my favorite one, but I'll agree. No. Get Out was. I don't think anything could really touch that.
I think Nope is my favorite of the three as well.
Yeah.
I've said it.
But no, I will agree with you. It's just a lot of remakes. I mean, are they doing another RoboCop remake soon?
Another Friday the 13th. They're finally going to try to get another one of those going after this.
Another one of them. When was the last like original monster movie, like killer movie, like slasher? Was X a slasher movie or Men? I heard maybe those were, but those were like super big. Like when was the last? Like Jeepers Creepers? No, but that's also an older movie.
Yeah, that's an old one. Jeepers Creepers they were making those in like 2000s. They've been going back to the Halloween well.
Halloween, yeah. I love Halloween, but man.
Paranormal Activity, they did it on, I think it was strictly to Paramount Plus. I think
I remember Paranormal Activity.
Yeah, I think most of the slashers nowadays have been like, and Paranormal Activity isn't a slasher, but I think most of the slashers nowadays have probably just been like real, not as high budget, not as highly publicized.
Yeah. And honestly, if anyone has any recommendations for like an underrated slasher movie that's recent, I'd be more than. I love slasher movies. But I won't say I love. I definitely watched most of like the, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, Michael Myers, Chucky. I used to be very scared of Chucky, but I rewatched them like in high school, and they were very funny movies.
My thing with horror movies is I feel like the reason why I just sort of didn't like them growing up, it felt like it was so gratuitous. It was like just too much. I remember I watched Hostel.
Those were those slasher movies? Maybe those are slasher movies, right?
Not slashers, not that one per se. In a way, that's a slasher.
They're like torture porn.
Torture, yeah, like torture shit. Like it felt like that's what it all turned into. Just how deeply can you just show this man getting gutted and stabbed? And it was like, okay, at a certain point, it's not even scary. It's just like gross.
Yeah, soft,
like,
right? Soft.
Yeah. That's why I liked Insidious. That was when I really started to like him again.
Insidious was good.
Insidious, that was like that type shit. That's my type of horror movie. So
the Haunting in Hill House, the guy who made that show on Netflix, that just does pretty good horror movies.
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen the good like slasher though. But I agree, it's like all the slashers are just remakes. I mean, there's a Chucky show, right?
Yeah,
like
I've heard of that.
Yeah.
They go back to what they know at this point. They're just not trying to really be innovative.
Yeah, I agree.
And horror can be I don't know, because they don't.
Do you think?
I think they're lazy. Horror is a genre that has a lot of potential if you are willing to just try new shit and explore, but they're just choosing not to at this point because you don't want to just build that next franchise. You'd rather just use the one you know to get that quick return, which goes into a bigger issue that I have with it, because that's just a lot of what I feel the problem is. You want that quick return. That's it. That's the American way. That quick money, quick investment. You don't want to actually build. So
No, I can't disagree. I think it is probably like just financially safe. That would be my theory. Again, I don't know enough about the industry to really claim, but I would assume, right? Because it's just, now that I like think about it, especially horror, has been a lot of remakes. I'm sure there's some great indie horror movies out there.
Of course.
And then like Marvel, right, for the regular movie, and that's pretty much just retelling your comic book stories. And then Top Gun was a remake. Well, not a remake, a sequel, but like a sequel from a movie from the 80s.
All the big movies I think about that have come out. Wasn't there a Mad Max movie a couple years ago?
That was such a good movie, though.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that they can't be
I know.
good.
Yeah, I guess I'm biased because I love that movie.
No, there's a lot of them that have been good. It's just like
yeah, not that
nothing
they're
is,
bad movies, right? It's just more like, why are they making so many of them?
and
That's true.
And I don't even want to necessarily count Marvel, because it's like you said, if you're taking a story that's from a different medium and you're bringing it to film, I can't be mad at that. That's why I love comic book movies. I love it when you're making a movie based off of any type of different little medium that you have, like a comic book strip. I love like shit like the Boondocks getting a TV show. That's cool with me. It's more so when it's like, okay, you don't know how to just let a franchise rest.
Yeah, I'll say that's how I'm feeling about Marvel movies lately. Like I remember the comics, I used to read some of the comics when I was younger, and what would confuse me would be like just the restarting of the multiverse stuff. Just a lot to follow because you have to follow like all the history of things.
When I first started,
like, a lot of them are like
my fault.
A lot of them are like soft reboots of just series and shit like that. And I was like, I wonder what the movies are going to be like then. It looks like they're entering that territory now, right?
Yeah. When I first started to get into the MCU and shit, I started to read into not even read into the comics. I would look on the wiki pages. I'm that type of person.
You got to do that sometimes.
Yeah, look on the wiki pages, and I would be trying to figure out, okay, so what's the background on this story? What could potentially happen? What's this and what's that? It got so convoluted. It got like universe this, universe that.
Yep.
Collide and all this other type shit. I think that's where they're hinting towards they're going. I think the next two Avengers movies are called Kang Dynasty and Secret Wars. So yeah. I'm excited for both of them. I like what they're doing with the Kang character from what I saw on little clips from Loki. Excited to see a black guy be the main villain. Jonathan Majors looks like he's going to do a great job, but
yeah,
it's like, okay. It's going to get real sort of confusing because Spider-Man was already hinting towards that shit.
Yeah. No, I agree because I've been looking up like the King clips and like just explanations of like how he released the different shows because I just can't keep up with those shows if I'm being honest with you.
I can't either. I don't have time.
I want to still watch the movies though. Like I enjoy Doctor Strange movies. The newest one was fine. The first one was such a banger though.
I'm excited to see the TV. I'm excited to see the TV characters end up in the movies. Like I'm excited to see what they're gonna end up doing. Moon Knight, they got a great cast for that. I like who they have for the main actor.
Is Oscar Isaac the actor for Moon Knight?
That sounds like his name. don't quote me, but that sounds like his name.
Yeah.
He's recognizable. He was what was he in? He was in something.
Let me pull it up. Keep talking now.
Okay. He was great. I enjoy what they're doing with the Ironheart, Riri Williams and everything. That's gonna be great.
Are they setting up for that? It's Oscar Isaac. Yep.
Yeah, they're gonna have her in the next Black Panther. And I'll be the first to say, since we're gonna touch on this subject, I like what they're planning to do. It's gonna be one of the women that end up becoming Black Panther. That's all. As much as I'll say from based off what I can say.
No.
I don't want to say which one I believe it's going to be because I'm pretty sure of it, based off like stuff they've already spoiled. If you want to know that much, look into it. I'm not going to say nothing here, but I think they're going to handle it the best way they can. You know, there's a lot of people who I've seen who've talked about, hey, you should have just recasted him, just made him. I don't know. I don't know how. Just like ignore
CGI
it.
him.
Yeah, CGI him or just ignore it. You know, like I was talking about with Secret Wars, with universes colliding, have another T'Challa come in. Personally, I like this. You know, just let his character rest. We've all gotten so attached to him. He's been there too long. He's been there too long. He's been a part of too many memories, too many moments. When I think about Black Panther in the MCU for right now, it's him running with Steve Rogers against Thanos. It's him mourning over his dad in Civil War. I can't see anybody else but Chadwick.
I thought you were about to say Thanos. I was be like, bro, you are.
I had to catch myself. I
was about to say, you're fucking up these names.
I had to catch myself.
You said T'Chaka.
I start feeling myself. That's when I get too much dip in my chip when I'm talking. I just start
too excited.
But no, I think they're gonna handle it well. I think that the MCU has legs. It can if they want to. I feel like at the end of Secret Wars, if it really is the story of universes colliding and everything, that's a nice way to sort of wrap that in a bow. Maybe if you want to just really wrap it all up, you pay it Robert Downey Jr. $100 million, CGI him to make him look a little younger and have him come back for a couple scenes in that movie. You bring every character in, and then you just wrap it all up. And you don't have to end the MCU, but you give it a couple years, and then you let it breathe. Then do a soft reboot. I think that gives enough time for all the characters to be just slowly introduced. And you've got all the rights to everybody now, so you can build the universe from the start, completely connected. X-Men, Final Fantasy. I was about to say Final Fantasy. Oh crap! This is not
X-Men.
This is not Kingdom Hearts.
Kingdom Hearts, darkness.
But you bring all of those universes in from the start, because they're gonna bring in the Final Fantasy. Fantastic Four. That's what I'm thinking of. Fantastic Four. That's who I'm thinking of, everybody. I'm not thinking of Final Fantasy. I'm thinking of Fantastic Four.
Loud Strife. Wall, Leonhardt. Noctis. Get all of them together.
Shut up.
Let's get some chocobos. We're killing Thanos, baby.
Shut up. But you're going to bring the Fantastic Four in with their movie. I think they're going to kick off Phase 6. And New Mutants is going to come at some point. I'm guessing that's really the X-Men, like, they're in their movie. So you're going to have these people in there, but it would have been a lot more... It feels like it's going to have to jump through some hoops.
Yeah, I think they should definitely, for the next big villain, should be Sephiroth. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm hoping it's Doctor Doom.
I'm on the other end. I'm burned out, but I enjoy some of the movies. I haven't watched any Ant-Man movie, but I've tried. But I'm just kind of at the end of it with it. I think it was fun while it lasted.
I'm in the same boat. I just feel like you have. But I'm just one. If you're gonna,
there's such a cultural staple though, so I can't really.
Yeah, and if you're gonna wrap it up, I feel like it would really annoy me if they just said, "Okay, I know that we have all these movies that have just sort of been introduced into the universe, but the universe is over. We're just gonna reboot it. We're gonna give it 10 years, and we're gonna reboot it." That would just sort of be annoying. Like, no, you wrap it.
They need to like wrap it up nicely. I agree with that. Also, like I want to watch like Black Panther 2. I need to see that movie because I love that. First one's up.
It's gonna be a banger.
Fucking heat. So I just need to wrap it. I need them to wrap it up for me because I'm tired of. I don't know. I have like FOMO of like media, right? Like when I'm on my deathbed, I'm gonna be so sad, and it's not like a joke because you said Final Fantasy earlier. I'll be so sad that I won't be able to play Final Fantasy 38. You know what I mean? Like, so that's why I want things to end sometimes. I'm like, let me get some closure. Because I know Final Fantasy is never going to give me closure unless Square Enix goes out of business, which would be terrible. But at least I'll be knowing, like, okay, then.
That would be terrible for me too. I like Final Fantasy, but they would take away my main one. Oh no, can't take that. Can't take that. But nah, like I agree with what you're saying. after a while, you don't want things to jump the shark. You don't want things to just go on too long. And the next thing you know, it's just okay. Now this shit is just getting cringe. It's just like this is something that I love, and I understand why people get mad because it's just like now you're shitting on something that's a core part of who I am, or it helps shape my beliefs.
with Marvel.
Yeah, it's people that really like they take that shit serious. They'll fight you.
Marvel weebs. They are Marvel weebs.
They are.
You know, I know it's not Marvel, it's DC, but the only time I ever argued with someone in a movie theater was after Man of Steel. Man of Steel ended, and then a guy behind me was like, "That was so unrealistic." I'm like, "What?"
I don't agree with that take either. I don't agree with that.
I'm like, "This is a Superman movie, sir. This is not." I definitely said it. I was a teenager, so I was acting loud. But it was like, how the fuck are you expecting realistic from like a Superman movie?
A Superman movie.
Superman movie. That's like the most OP hero. But yeah, people do like that's what I'm saying. Even I fall victim to it. But people are very rabid about their fan bases and who they like and what they like.
It is what it is, you know. That's why I try not to ever. I don't even like to necessarily engage in like communities of it too much, because you start talking to people about it and everything, then you start getting into a discussion or a passionate discussion. Next thing you know, you arguing. And most of the times, you're not doing that to nobody in real life. You're doing that to somebody over the internet. You're doing that over the phone. That shit is not that serious. It's not that deep. I'm not about to ever. It's seriously like I'm not about to argue with anybody about One Piece. I'm not about to argue with nobody about anything that I like. I'm not about to argue with you about my favorite Star Wars movie. None of that shit.
The only thing I argue about is politics.
Definitely not trying to argue about that either.
That's the spiciest one to argue about.
Hey there. Do you ever feel like you're getting old? Do you ever feel like the days are just slowly melding into one another and you can't really tell which one is which anymore? Like you can't remember if it's Monday or if it's Thursday, or if it's February or if it's June, or if it's 2022 or if it's 2025. If you start to go through that feeling of just feeling like you're too old, or just feeling like your best days are getting behind you, maybe what you need is a pep boost, and maybe what you need to do is read a book about someone else and their trials and their tribulations and their experiences as they grew older, as they became their own person. And you can do that by reading the good book made by my amazing sister-in-law, Lucy Smalls. The book is called Margie Wadsworth's Unforgettable Senior Year. As you can tell by the name, it's all about her senior year of high school, loosely based. It's not exactly it. It's not 100% one-to-one, but it's loosely based. But it's an amazing story just about all the trials and tribulations she had to go through, all the juggling she had to do between family, responsibility, schoolwork, love, all of that. And this was before she had even got to college and met my brother. So this is a story that if you have any woman in your life that just wants to read something that's going to relate to her, that's going to connect to her and her growth, this is the story for them. I'm going to tell you right now, whether she be young, whether she be older, get this book. This book is going to make a big impact on a woman in your life. They're going to love to have this person. I know a lot of my listeners are male, but get this book for the important woman in your life. She will appreciate it. And you know what? I'll be honest with you. You might want to read the book your damn self, because it's just a damn good book. Go do it. Yo, Jerm here. Just want to tell y'all that if you are looking for some new clothing, looking for some new fresh urban wear, you should go and check out my homeboy's creation, his new brand, Stonerville. It's the hottest urban and weed-related clothing that you're going to find. He's got a whole bunch of fresh hoodies outside right now. He's got a whole bunch of fresh shirts in the works. It's just one of the hottest new companies that I've seen this year, and it's only going up from here. So if you have any type of interest in getting some new fresh urban wear and you want something that's fresh, affordable, and just cool to look at, go check out Stonerville brand. You can go check it out online over at stonervillebrand.com. It's created by my friend Juice God. It is the hottest clothes you can find out on the market right now, the hottest new fresh Black-owned business you can find on the market right now. So go check it out.
All right, but everybody, that has been everything that we have had to talk about on this one. This has been your boy Jerm. I do want to say I appreciate you all for tuning in. it's been an interesting week. It's been some sad stories, some good stories, some weird stories. Would you agree, Andre?
Yeah. God save the Queen, right? Oh wait, never mind.
Oh, and about the Queen, I actually did see, and the reason I actually brought her up because I was thinking to myself, nobody really cares about that necessarily. Let me stop being mean. Okay, the Queen of England, people cared about her. I am not going to try to be this bogus. I am not trying to disrespect anybody from Britain. I love your country and your culture. Respect the Queen. I respect her. Long live the King. Long live that whole royal family.
Aww.
They're cool. But there was actually a movement, a sort of petition started where people were saying 21 Savage should be the next king.
I would be behind that.
I'd
He's
be
the
down
only
for
British
it.
royal I support. I honestly, after he almost got deported, I feel really close to him as a child of immigrants. God
You're
save Lord
sick.
Savage.
You're sick. But nah, man. That's been everything that I've had to talk about on this week's episode. Much appreciation to everybody that tunes in. Much appreciation to you, Andre. I appreciate having you here. You've made the show so much better. And I do just want to say, I hope you all have a beautiful rest of your day and an even better rest of your evening.
Agreed. Ditto.
All right.